Hey guys, it's Erica again. So just an update on our trip to Greece in October that we're going back for. Not a lot of people know that we're going back to Greece to do another round of IVF. Really just our parents, our brothers, my KCIA group knows because I talk about it in our support group meetings, and a really small group of other people that know about it. And of course, now everybody that reads my blog and watches my videos, they all know too now. But this is something that we've never hidden from. It's something we've always been upfront and honest about and have shared our story just so that other people don't feel like it's something that they need to be ashamed about. And that's good because in a way it really opens up to how much support you have and people that are behind you and people that you didn't even realize knew your story. They know it and they're rooting for you and they're behind you and they're thinking about you. And that's so good when you're dealing with stuff like this, but it's also bad because people want to know what's going on. And so not everything's good. In fact, we've dealt with mostly bad. And so they all have to know that too. So it's kind of hard because you're constantly talking about it. And having to explain all the good and the bad. And so our trip's in October, and it's just opened up this flood of emotions that I've had trying to go through another round of IVF. And I'm hoping making this blog and the video diaries that it not only helps me get through this emotionally, but it also shows our twins, wink wink, our twins that hopefully we have them, how much people have been dying to meet them already, and that they are so loved, not even just by us, but by our family and all of our friends. So anyways, I had an appointment yesterday to do initial blood work to go back to Greece. So they require like an entire STD panel. I'm assuming just because you're trying to get pregnant, because they're implanting embryos in you, and then because you're going overseas. And then they also have to test for some hormone levels, and they have to do some vaginal swabs. So 3 months ago, I had like a three and a half month period. It was crazy. I had to have a D&C to have all the lining get taken out and tested, and they found out that I had intrauterine polyps, which got removed. But that's what was causing the really long period. So when I went in to go have all this blood work, I wanted them to do a scan just to make sure that none of the polyps had come back and that they had gotten everything initially when they did the D&C. Everything looked great, just doing the general scan, which if you've had a general scan, they take this giant probe and shove it up your hoo-ha, and they check everything. So that already kind of sucks, but I'm kind of used to that, having those types of ultrasounds for as many years as we've tried. And they said everything looked great, but they could do a more invasive one where they put a catheter into your uterus, put a liquid up there, and then shove the probe back up there and then monitor it. And I said, if we didn't do it and something didn't work out, I would constantly wonder if we had just done this extra little test, so for peace of mind, we did it. Oh my God, that jump starts cramps when they shove that stuff up there, that liquid. I'm telling you, I was in so much pain, and then it just clicked. I was like, oh my gosh, we're starting all of this over again. And that's really, really hard because, I'm used to pills. I'm used to injections. I'm used to them shoving these giant probes up my hoo-ha. But it is such a process, just emotionally, physically. It's draining. It's overwhelming. And, when you first start out with infertility, it's, well, let's go cycle to cycle, month to month, and we'll do pills. And then it's, well, the shots are more expensive. So now it's every 2 to 3 months we get to fit in a cycle and do another round. And now that it's IVF, it's like, oh my God, we're lucky to do something once a year. So for over a year, my body has been able to just kind of set back to normal again. And now I get to start all this shit all over again. And yesterday, so I don't know if you can even see, but I had a blood work drawn. They drew one there. And then they called me back and said that they forgot some. So they tried to draw on this side. There's some bruising there. Couldn't get it out of this little one. So they had to use this arm again. So this one started swelling. Oh my gosh. I'm like, I have not missed this at all. And I kind of got out into the car and I called my husband and I just started bawling. And he's like, was it that painful? And I'm like, no, it's just, it's tolling. It's emotionally overwhelming. And just knowing that we've waited all this time and now we have one more shot, one chance to make this work. We have 2 embryos left over there, and it's just a lot to know that this is it. This is all we have left. So if this doesn't work, then we get to, wait and save and 20, 30 grand for adoption. By the way, don't tell people, oh, have you considered fostering? Oh, have you considered adoption? Yes, we have. We have, and it's expensive, just as expensive as doing IVF. And yes, adoption is a great option for having children, but you don't even begin to understand what goes into having, what you have to go through to be able to foster and to adopt. And knowing that fostering doesn't mean you get to keep the kids. You can have kids for 2 or 3 months and then they're ripped out of your home and taken back. I emotionally cannot deal with that. That to me would be like another loss. So until I'm at that point where I know that that's the only option we have available to us, then I will see if that's something that we can deal with. But don't offer your opinion on, oh, just adopt, oh, just foster, oh, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm sure so-and-so does it, and it's great, and it's very, very, it's awesome. And I'm sure we will get to adoption. But adoption is still very, very expensive, and there's still a huge process that goes with that that's emotionally taxing as well and financially overwhelming. So before you just start tossing out ideas, make sure you know what you're talking about before you get bitch slapped by one of these crazy hormonal women that don't have the time or the patience to explain to you like I am. Anyways, oh yeah, my brother and his girlfriend are pregnant, which is awesome. I'm very, very excited to be an aunt. But it's also very overwhelming because their due date is on Christmas Day. Our last pregnancy, our due date was supposed to be on Christmas Day also. And we lost that one. And, this whole situation is a no-win. If I'm happy for them and I'm trying to help and offering to do whatever they want and giving them all these ideas, then I'm bossy. And if I'm too, I don't call enough or I don't ask, then I just don't care, or I'm selfish and, I can't handle it. So it's a no-win. I guess I'm just going to have to be selfish and back off because I hate the idea of being bossy because I want to try to be a part of this, and I'm doing it the only way that I know how because I don't know how to deal with this. I've worked for almost 6 years to have a baby. It's been the only thing that I've wanted. And it's difficult because we're going down in October. And if it doesn't work, well, that's going to suck because a month and a half later, they're giving birth. And if it works and then we miscarriage like last time, we'll be miscarrying about the same time that they're giving birth, which I can't even fathom. I hope that does not happen because I just don't know what I would do. And then best case scenario is it works. I mean, it's hard because now the stress is double or tripled. Like it's very overwhelming. But I cried twice yesterday because it's just, people don't understand. They get these whoops, we're pregnant. Or we tried a year and we're pregnant. And we took some pills and we're pregnant. We did an ovulation kit and we're pregnant. And we have tried for 6 years. And that's more than most people go to school for what they want to do. And we've spent more money than what it would take for me to go to an Ivy League college. It's just hard to start this whole process over again. But hopefully it'll be worth it. And we'll have a baby soon. So, anyways, just keeping you guys updated. Love you.